Hello the internet and welcome to Now. Today on Now we're going to be talking about smoking. At first we weren't, we were going to talk about Michael Jackson, but that all got messed up. So now we're talking about smoking for real. Normally we have the monitor with us, which is really just for show, but because of a few technical difficulties today, being a lot of laptops hating us, we just can't really get it sorted. Anyway, so today on Now, my guests are Kate Dolan and Shane Leonard. How you doing, Kate?
Grand, how are you?
I asked the question, I'm kidding. No, I'm good, thanks. And Shane was cracking it.
I'm very good.
So, what do you guys think about smoking? A brief description, like, smoking in public, what do you think of that?
In public, such as the streets or in the pub?
Outside a pub?
Outside pub. Well, I don't mind it. It's not in the pub. When I was younger, I used to hate smoking in the pub because, I don't know, it was awful bad. It wouldn't go anywhere, but outside, it's outside.
I feel it sort of added to the pub atmosphere. I'm sorry, actually, no, I'm going into your opinion, but we'll come back to that.
No.
Kate, where do you stand on smoking in public?
I think people should be allowed to smoke in public and do what they want, but it's just when you're in like an area together and just people who don't smoke, I think they should leave. They should go outside.
Okay, that's very interesting that you've said that, because you said that people who don't smoke should leave.
No, the people who do smoke should leave.
Oh, okay, the people who
Yeah,
do smoke.
yeah.
But,
Like, for example, if you're sitting in a sitting room and someone lights up a cigarette, but there's someone also in there who doesn't smoke, I think the person who's smoking
okay,
should leave the room. Like,
what-
if the
what's the
person who
ratio
doesn't smoke has a problem with it, like.
but if it's one-on-one,
Yeah.
then, I mean, what does that mean? Because one person's like, well, I want to line up, the other person's like, I'd rather you didn't. What if you're on the other side of the room?
Well, if the person doesn't have a problem with it, that doesn't smoke, then fine. But if they do, I think the smoker should always be the one to leave.
Okay, what if
Because it's their habit,
what
and
if-
you shouldn't have to sit there and inhale their smoke, I don't think.
Right, what if you're there and there's like, say 2 or 3 smokers and one person who
Yeah.
isn't a smoker? What then?
That's like in my house. Like, they should go outside or they should go to the kitchen or have an area that they smoke,
But you
so that the
become
non-smoker doesn't have to sit there while everyone else is smoking and feel uncomfortable and feel like they should have to leave the room when
But-
it's clearly not their
but why should they
habit or
feel-
their addiction. It's also got to do with my health. Like, I don't smoke because I choose not to smoke, so therefore I shouldn't have to inhale their smoke. Like,
That's a very good
Well,
point,
yeah,
actually.
but they pay rent to live there as well, though.
like some people ask, like,
I've been
is
on
it-
and off smoking for the last year,
Yeah.
and if I'm smoking in someone's house, like if there's a lot of people smoking in the house and I light up and someone's like, get out, I'll be like, fuck yourself, because like there's 8 other people who are smoking. But if I go in and like I'm like, can I have a cigarette, and someone says no, then I'm like, fair enough, because it's not my place.
But like you'd say to them if you come in, you'd say, oh, do you mind if I have a cigarette?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my problem is some people don't, and they just come in and smoke anyway.
Yeah,
Like, I don't mind when everyone comes over in the evening and everyone's there, and then like they're all having a smoke and whatever. Yeah, okay, fine, because you smoke and they'll have drinks and whatever.
I'm just trying to get to the the people who are like actually living in your house.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But it's like
Because they're paying rent as well, they should be allowed to smoke in their sitting room as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's like that's the thing. Like not everyone can win.
Exactly, not everyone could win because it's their thing. They choose to light that cigarette in them few minutes or whatever, and because I feel uncomfortable and don't want to inhale their smoke, I have to leave the room. It's my program, like.
But then
Do you not think they
but
would
no,
get up
I'm
and go
saying, like,
outside and
you're the
smoke it?
minority in the
Or
house
wait?
then at that point, But it's like so. I mean, if it came
So
down
the
to
mi-
racist-
So
I'm saying if
because I'm
you
the
brought it down
minority,
to a
I'm not
vote-
going to win
I'm
either
saying if
way.
you brought it down to a vote, you'd lose.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Yeah.
100% I'd lose, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just.
But I said that's my opinion. That's my opinion because I don't smoke. That's what I think they should do. I
But,
think all smoke the same way in a pub. But the thing that annoys me the most
Everyone would
is
be a lot healthier if they made smoking illegal. There's no doubt about that.
yeah, but it shouldn't make drugs illegal and people still do them. So what would that have?
I don't think people would risk, going to prison for a cigarette, because I mean, at least
But they're so addicted to it, they would like.
if you don't have tobacco, you'll be a bit moody for like a week or 2. You're not going to go out and kill a hooker to get the money for it.
But can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
That annoys me is you could be sitting in the room and you could be like inhaling on smoke or whatever, but you open the window, but then they say it's cold, close the window. And you're like, well, I kind of want some fresh air, like, so how'd you win that either?
I think
But
at
it
that
doesn't matter
point-
how
think
much I
at that
stand
point
up
you can
because
tell
I'm the
them-
minority and they don't give a shit.
I think at that point
Excuse
you
my
can tell
language.
them to put a jumper on. Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
but I mean everyone in the world drives cars, and that's contributing to like carbon monoxide and global warming. You're gonna go out and like chastise everyone.
But you don't start a car in a sitting room.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Good
saying,
point.
yeah, but that's You sort of missed the point there. I'm saying like on a larger scale, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but like it's two totally different things. Like obviously everybody's going to drive a car and whatever to get to places. We're not going to walk everywhere. It would take us forever.
It really sort of puts things in perspective when you're around it that much, you know. Like
It does, and you know what really bothers me is that like it's fine for you, well, whoever smokes, you know, and you can smell it on their clothes, and they maybe can't because they smoke. But I could go and have a shower. This really annoys me. I could go and have a shower and I wash my hair and everything, you know, do all things, whatever. Come downstairs, within 5 minutes, I stink of smoke, you know, and that bugs me because I know as a non-smoker, like when somebody passes that smokes, you can smell it off them, you know, and I don't smoke, so why should I have to smell like that? Do you know what I mean?
It's a very good point.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
We've been smoking a lot lately, and I've made smoking clothes for myself so that
All the rest of them don't stink.
yes, so I've got like a jumper, t-shirt, and a pair of tracksuits that I only smoke with, and that's why every time I go down, I change in smoking clothes. I go down, then come back, change out my smoking clothes, hang them up to kind of air them a bit, and then change into normal clothes.
But all my clothes are smoking clothes. I can't wear the same clothes
No,
all
that's
week.
what I was saying.
Yeah.
Raging.
Yeah, I know.
What do you get? Apparently, there was talk of passing a law on smoking in cars with children. What do you guys think of that? Just smoking in cars in general.
With non-smokers, as Kate said, I think if you leave the window open, you can get away with it.
I think like if the non-smoker's driving, like when I drive and my friend gets in and if they ask, can leave a cigarette, like, you know, when the window's up, whatever, like I don't mind.
Well, it seems to me the biggest problem you have is like people not giving you the lack of courtesy of even asking you at all. Just
Complete
sometimes.
ignorance as well.
And do you know what sometimes is well, like you could be sitting there and you're non-smoker and the smokers think it's hilarious, like, do you know that you're getting so mad at them because they're smoking with you and they're not listening to you and you've asked them 100 times to not do it and stuff, and then they blow smoke in your face and they think it's even funnier.
That's
and I think that is just I don't
I
even
think
want
this
to
is
talk
more
about
of
that.
a moral thing, Kate. You have to stand up for yourself.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe
It doesn't
drop
matter
kick a
if
couple of people,
maybe I need to do that.
No, let's go back to the smoking in cars with the kids.
Thank you.
I think full stop. You shouldn't smoke in a car with kids because it's a choice the kid makes later in life where he has enough of knowledge to make it.
Actually, that's a very good point because I mean the kid has no fucking chance. You know, he's like, what can he say? He doesn't live with the people. He can't leave the room. He can't open a window. He's strapped in a fucking seat in the back of a moving vehicle. But I'm just not a fan of smoking in cars. If you're a driver and you're smoking in your car, you probably should be paying more attention to the road because people say that like, oh, it's just a cigarette, but they're sitting there and they're looking out the window. They're lighting the shit.
It's kind of like a mobile phone.
Yeah.
The way mobile phone is, you're not allowed to use it. Yeah.
I just fucking hate when people smoke in cars in general. That's one place I think it should just be smoke free because you're just boxed in with it. Just the car in general, like you're just trapped in there and it just builds up so quickly and there's nowhere for it to go.
Yeah.
And then you know alright, you'll open the window, but like
it just blows back.
Yeah. It just stays in there and it's just awful.
It is. But if the driver is the smoker, I think you can't do anything. You're in his place, so. And
I agree with that.
But if someone comes in,
no, there shouldn't be at all. Yeah,
I just think while you're driving, you shouldn't be smoking. So it'd be great if cars didn't start if you had something like alcohol, a wild ape, or cigarettes or a mobile phone while you're trying to drive. I mean, I've got friends who answer the phone when they're driving or light cigarettes when they're driving. And then take their attention away from the road. It's only 4 seconds, but in 4 seconds.
4 seconds, you can crash a car, run over someone. Yeah.
So someone can run out in front of you in 4 seconds. 4 seconds is a long time, and
to have your eyes off the road.
Yeah, but